Hey crafters, Leo with the Dreaming Tree, and welcome to the assembly video for our owl graduation card. I've got all of my pieces cut out here in front of me, as should you, and we're going to start off by putting our little owl together. Okay, let's grab the main part of our owl here. It's these two pieces. Okay, now there's a piece here. This is the actual card base, so let's not get that confused. We're going to grab this solid black piece and we're going to grab this brown overlay and get that put into place. And there's a few little thin area, well there's one really thin area there. Since you're gluing this onto a black piece of cardstock, I would definitely take and sort of thin out the glue in that little area so that we don't accidentally get glue all over the black, because it's a bit unforgivable. Okay, do your best to get that lined up just like that. That's probably the trickiest part of this assembly, and if that little strip doesn't stay, you can always fix it by painting a little bit of glue underneath. So let me demonstrate that for our newbies. If there are any little areas that just didn't stick, grab a piece of scrap paper, just tuck it right underneath, and then just press it down. Mine seem to have adhered nicely, so that's good. Okay, all right, so we have that. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to grab this piece here, okay, and this piece is going to go over like this, just like that. I'm going to glue that down flat. Go ahead and apply your glue, nice and easy. It's really just a paper piecing project. There's nothing overly super dimensional about this one. I mean, if you consider adding some foam squares to be dimensional work, then I guess you can call it that, but it's relatively simple. Okay, so we're going to put that down. Wonderful. Next, we're going to grab, and I tried out like 3 different types of gold foils. I really liked this texture one, especially because it matched with my tassel more closely than the others that I had. So I decided to go with that one. Okay, go ahead and apply your glue onto this piece. Nice and easy on this little thin line. Again, if you don't get it all the way down to the end, you can always use that little painting technique to finish it off. Just make sure you get that aligned as accurately as you can. Just like that. Perfect. Okay, and you can see that little strip is loose, but a little scrap with a touch of glue. Just take it and just apply that glue onto that piece and then press it into place. Just like that. So simple. Just have to take your time. Okay, next we're going to take and put some overlays onto the gold. So we're going to grab this little piece. It's kind of like an L shape, and I'm just going to use a series of little dots here. Okay, and you'll notice this is one of his toes here. You want to line that up so it's perfectly flush on that little toe, and then the rest of this is going to go centered right up the gold element. Make sure it's nice and straight, just like that. We'll do the same thing on the other side. This is a fun little card to put together. Nothing crazy on the inside, no crazy mechanics. Just going to let the design sort of carry this card. I think it's brilliant. Okay, now I'm gluing cardstock onto this foil. Foil tends to be a little slippery, so just take your time with that. Okay, let's find his little feet. Okay, and those are going to go right here, like so. So just a couple drops of glue on that. Fortunately, we're going cardstock on cardstock, so that should be a breeze. There we go. Let's get his other foot in place. He's got to have some feet. Okay, just match that up. Pardon my head if it's in the way. My apologies. I got a big one. All right. Okay, so next, just kind of keep building. We're going to use some foam squares to kind of build this up a little bit and add a little bit of dimension. So we'll just start with the lowest layer, obviously, and work our way up. So next we're going to grab this part. Okay, and this part's pretty self-explanatory as far as where it goes. It's going to go right here. You want to make sure that you match up the little hole there. That's where we're going to tie our little tassel. Okay, so that's going to go there. Next, we have this little piece, and that's going to go in just like a little puzzle. Okay, just like that. Go ahead and apply your glue to this piece. Go easy on the glue. Yep, so I don't have any graduations coming up this year. We've got quite a while before anyone graduates, but I'm sure this will come in handy at some point. Okay, so that's flat. That's going to be dimensional. Okay, let's put his little nose. Actually, you know what? This little piece here, if you take a look, you notice that there's some little feathers that you can pop out, and I also inked them a little bit. So with this, if you want to maintain that dimension that's there from the little feathers, don't put any glue on it. Okay, that's going to go right in here like a little puzzle. Okay, press that down just like that. And let's put his little nose in place. That element is also going to be flat. Just like that. Looking sharp. Okay, let's get his eyes constructed here. The eyes are white, black, and then I think that yellow is called beehive. And our black layer goes on top. Okay, so let's get the beehive color, or this yellow color, onto the white. We're going to make two eyes, obviously. Okay. So pop that onto the white. Line that up as accurately as you can. Press that down. Grab the black piece. And just try to get a little bit of glue around that thin area on the outside, and just dab that with your finger a little bit so it doesn't come shooting out all over the place. And you want to match up the large circle, and then there's like a half circle that's cut out as well. Just try to match that up as well, just like that. There we go. There's one. Do the same thing with the other one. Let's get the beehive on the white. It's called beehive. I'm trying to learn all these colors. Thing is, we mastered the American Crafts color. Well, didn't master it, but was really familiar with the whole American Crafts cardstock swatch. Then we switched to Encore, and their names are completely different, obviously. Okay. Same thing here, match up the big circle, and then also make sure that you've got the little half circle matched up as well. Might need to rotate it just slightly. to get that to happen. There we go. Press that into place. Okay. And what we want is for that smaller circle to be on the left-hand side. Okay, so it's going to look like this. That looks cute. Okay, so let's get those glued down. And again, do your best to get that big circle kind of centered. Okay, there we go. Flip this one around, apply your glue, and glue that down. That looks good. Perfect. Okay. All right, next, you're going to take these two pieces here, and you're going to glue the darker piece, I think it's black, yeah, it's black, onto this brown piece. Oops. There we go. Just like that. Press that down. And this we're actually going to raise up a little bit by way of a foam square. But before we do that, we do have these little pieces here. Almost look like little horns. They're going to go right here, right on the edge. Pardon my head. There we go. And the other one on the other side. Okay. I had an extra one. Okay, so as I mentioned, this piece here, we're going to elevate that a little bit by way of a few foam squares. I think 2 is plenty. Okay, peel those off. And that's going to go right here. Just going to match that up with that little shadow layer behind it. Just like that. Okay, looking good. And actually, you know what? Let me peel this off for a second. I'm going to add a third one down here towards the tip. I want that to kind of stay elevated as well. Let's try that again. Much better. There we go. Okay, cool. All right, so we're going to build some wings here. Obviously, we've got 2. Okay, and the first thing we're going to do is glue this black piece onto the brown wing. And you can kind of see, this is part of his little gown. The sleeve, I guess you could say. Okay, so there's one, and then find the little trim piece. Oh, we just hit 63,100 YouTube subscribers. Thank you for whoever was the last subscriber. If you don't subscribe, please do. And why is that not working? Okay. So this little trim piece is going to go on the inside closest to the actual wing. And I may have run out of time there. We got one little part there that just didn't stick because I hesitated. So I'm just going to clean that up real quick by just sliding a little bit of glue right under there. And you can press that down. Okay, so there's that one. Do the same thing on the other wing. And just line that up. Like so. And grab your little piece of gold trim. Nice and easy with the glue. And remember that it goes down closest to the wing, not on the outside, but more on the inside. Just like that. And we're gonna foam square these too. Okay, there we have it. And we have a little button. And the way this works is you've got a solid piece of gold, then you have the little button with your little motif on it. That's going to go on top of the gold. And then we have another little gold circle that's cut out in the center to give that button a little bit of trim. So grab that little piece and a few dots of glue. Thin it out if you need to, if you got too much on there. And then just get that right on there. There we go. That's fancy. Okay, cool. We also have a little diploma here. And the way this works is you have, I'll line it up in the order in which you need to glue it down. So you have the full one, you have this one, and then this one. This one's going to go on top. It's just one color, but we wanted to add some depth to it. Make it look more real. Get your glue on there. And I'm just using the bottom of this to line it up. You can see just that little bit of white adds some dimension. And then put that top layer on. Now, I'm still not sure if I want to put this behind the wing or on top of the wing. We can kind of decide where it's going to go, but that looks nice. I think I'm going to glue it behind the wing. Yeah, when I'm holding it. So yeah, let's glue that down. Just a little bit of glue on that. And the little part that has the extra design goes towards the bottom. You can see the little shadow element that's there to guide you. Okay, very cool. All right, let's grab, oh, we still have this piece we need to assemble. And it looks like I have, there we go. If you don't have gold foil, definitely get some. This textured gold foil is really beautiful. It hits the light and plays with the light in a way that a lot of foils don't. I'm not a big fan of foil. I don't know, just, well, for one, it's hard to photograph. Maybe that's why. But I don't know. I like this foil because no matter what angle you look at it, it stays consistent, if you know what I mean. Okay, so this is going to go on here, and we're actually going to foam square this as well. So let's grab some foam squares. And I'm going to do 3. I'll put this one on there like a little diamond. There we go. And that's going to go on like this. Perfect. All right, so our little button is going to actually go on our bow. We'll save that for later. And all that's left now is to put our wings in place. The wings are going to go like this. Okay, and I'm going to foam square these as well. Just one foam square right at the top should be enough. Okay, let's peel those off. What a cool card. Okay, and this is going to go like this. You're going to follow that shape there, the curve on the outside, the perimeter of the... Yeah, look at that. He's got his diploma. He did a good job. Okay, other side here. Just line that up. Just like that. Good job, Owl. You did it. Cool. All right, now let's take a look at our bow. That's so cool. So many of you have already put bows together with us. Grab yourself a dowel and place one of the loops between your finger and the dowel. Lift it up about 90 degrees and then run the dowel through. You can run it through a couple times, 2 tree times, a couple 2 tree. And then you'll notice that there's a little rectangle on each end. Put a little bit of glue on that rectangle, bring it in. There's also another rectangle in the center. Just line up those 2 rectangles and press and hold, and there you have your first little loop of your bow. Do the same thing on the other side. Just throw a little bit of glue right on that rectangle. Bring it in. And press and hold. There we go. And there it is. Okay. Now we have our little tails here. You can take and do the same thing, kind of give them a little bit of dimension. And this is going to get glued down right here. Well, actually, let's do this first. Let's take and glue the actual bow to the tails. Get that nice and centered, because I may end up using a little foam square. You'll notice that the top of the tails of the tail piece has a straight part. Just line up the top part of the actual bow to the straight part of the tail. That looks great. Might need to flatten that out just a little bit to get this piece on there. And I guess if you want, you can take another little foam square, pop that right in the center. I would elevate this a little bit probably anyway, so it doesn't smush the bow too much. Let me peel that off. And let's get this little guy on there. That's cute. Okay, and then that is going to get glued right about here. See this little point right here? I'm going to go just slightly below that. Just like that. And again, why not? Let's do a little foam square. I'm going to keep this little bow nice and dimensional. That's cute. Awesome. Look at that. How cool is that? Okay, so our owl's pretty much good to go. Now, a simple way to attach this tassel is just to take the entire tip of it and just thread it through, and then literally just take it, whoops, too much coffee. There we go. And just take it and just literally pop it right through the loop, and then just pull, and there you go. Okay. So that's that. Now let's take a look at the card base. Okay, so we have that. The base here, we have this little insert. This is where you can write your little message if you want to do a print to cut or print something. I've seen a lot of you printing things from various sources onto these little inserts. Okay, this is going to go right in here. You want to make sure that you maintain an even border all the way around as we pop this in. Just like that. Press that down. Now, another thing that we've included is a little pocket. It's this little piece here. We've got 3 tabs on it, And I'm going to take and just really push those tabs down so they sit kind of flat. It's big enough to hold a gift card, and if you fold it, you can put some cash in there too. And we're going to take and apply some glue to the tabs. And then on the inside here, I think there's, I thought we had some score marks there, but you just pop that right inside. Like so. Just press that down. Okay, you got your little pocket, close it up. Now, actually, I shouldn't have put the tassel on just yet. I want to put that on after we get this piece onto the card base. So this is just going to get glued down like so. Okay, so we just want to put glue on this entire section here, just this half, obviously. Part of it's going to kind of stick off. Okay. There we go. Once you have it lined up, you can put it down flat and press down. Just be careful not to squish our beautiful little owl. Here we go. Now, now you can put the tassel through, give it that finishing touch. And of course, we have a coordinating envelope to go with it, which I will show you how to put together here in just a second. Let's just get our tassel in place. There we go. Okay, and as you can see, it'll stand up nicely. Beautiful, one-of-a-kind card, must-have. Take a look at the envelope here. I've already got it pre-folded. Okay, I'm going to hit this with my little vinyl scraper. Okay, and we're going to put this little panel in here as well to give this sort of a two-tone look. So what I would suggest doing is applying glue to the perimeter of this piece. Just the perimeter, because you don't want to go in too far. Otherwise you may end up getting glue showing through these little cutouts here. And then throw a little bit of glue around the cutout. Grab this piece, pop it on there nice and centered. So you've got a little bit of white evenly distributed all the way around. Okay, press and hold that down for just a moment. There we go. And then let's take a look at it from this side. We have this final little piece, this gold tassel, to bring everything together. Just throw a few dots of glue on that. And pop it right in here like a little puzzle. And voila. Okay. And then I'm going to bring these two sides in. Throw a little bit of glue along the inside of each of these little flaps, like so. And then pop that into place. Bring it up, press down. Okay, and I always have to do this. But as you can see, it fits in there perfectly. Okay, I'm not going to force it right now. And there we have it. So that's it, guys. That's going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please take a moment, visit us on our YouTube channel. Hit that subscribe button. While you're there, hit the little bell so you get notifications anytime we release a new project, whether it be paid or free. And if you make this or anything from our new bundle, I'd love to see it, and so would the rest of our community. So head over to your Facebook, do a search for Dreaming Tree Official. That's where you'll find myself and 46,000 plus of my closest crafty friends. So hope you had a blast, and as always, I look forward to crafting with you again.
Hey, thanks for crafting along with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of our other videos, and please consider hitting that subscribe button. Also, don't forget to visit our site and check out our free SVG section, where you'll find over 140 free SVG files complete with assembly tutorials. I'll see you in the craft room.